Welcome back to Chef Recipes, you lot. Today we're ditching the boring breakfast routine and diving headfirst into a world of deliciousness with some bloody fantastic breakfast pastries. Listen, I can't stress enough how important a good breakfast is. It's the fuel that kickstarts your day, the energy that gets you going. And who wants to start the day with a bland, boring meal? Not in this kitchen. So whether you're a morning person or someone who needs a good kick to get out of bed, these pastry recipes will make you want to set your alarm early. Let's get cracking! Alright, you donkeys, let's start with a classic croissants. These flaky, buttery pastries are a staple in any good bakery. But we're not settling for plain and simple here. No, we're taking it up a notch. We're adding a burst of freshness with some vibrant berries. Think of it as a fruity twist to an old favorite. First, grab your croissants. Make sure they're good quality. None of that store-bought rubbish. You want them to be light and airy. Now, for the filling, we'll use a mix of fresh raspberries, blueberries, and a touch of sugar for sweetness. The sugar will help to bring out the natural flavors of the berries. Don't be shy with the berries. We want them bursting out. The more, the better. Gently fold the croissants open. Careful not to tear them. You want them to hold all that juicy goodness. Be patient and take your time. Now, generously spoon in the berry mixture, making sure each croissant is packed. You want every bite to be filled with that delicious berry flavor. Next, we need to seal the deal. This step is crucial to keep all the filling inside. Brush the edges of the croissants with a little bit of melted butter. This will give them that beautiful golden sheen, plus it adds an extra layer of flavor. Now pinch the edges together to seal in all that fruity goodness. Make sure they're tightly sealed to prevent any leaks. Into a preheated oven they go, and bake until they're puffed up and golden brown. Keep an eye on them to ensure they don't overbake. Remember, a good croissant should be light, airy, and flaky. That's the hallmark of a well-made croissant. While they're baking, let's make a quick glaze. This will add a sweet finishing touch. Just whisk together some powdered sugar with a bit of milk or cream until you have a smooth, glossy drizzle. It should be thick enough to coat the croissants but still pourable. Once the croissants are out of the oven, let them cool slightly before drizzling them with that luscious glaze. This will make them look and taste even more irresistible. There you have it, very good croissants that are guaranteed to brighten up your morning. Perfect with a cup of coffee or tea, these croissants are a delightful treat. Now, for those who prefer a savory start to their day, these spinach and cheese puffs are an absolute game changer. They're packed with flavor, easy to make, and perfect for a quick breakfast or brunch. First things first, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit and grab a pack of ready-made puff pastry. We're all about saving time here. Roll out the pastry on a lightly floured surface and cut it into even squares. Now let's make the filling. This is where the magic happens. In a pan, sauté some finely chopped onions and garlic until softened and fragrant, then add in a good handful of fresh chopped spinach. Once the spinach has wilted down, remove the pan from the heat and stir in some crumbled feta cheese and a dollop of cream cheese for extra creaminess. Season it well with salt and pepper to taste. Spoon a generous amount of the filling onto each pastry square. Make sure each square gets a good amount of filling. Don't be stingy, you want a good explosion of flavor in every bite. Fold the pastry over to create triangles, pressing the edges firmly to seal. You can use a fork to crimp the edges for a decorative touch. Brush the tops with a beaten egg for that beautiful golden finish, and sprinkle over some sesame seeds for extra crunch and a bit of nutty flavor. Pop them in the oven and bake for about 20–25 minutes, or until they're puffed up and golden brown. These savory spinach and cheese puffs are best served warm, straight from the oven. The aroma will be irresistible. They're flaky, cheesy, and utterly irresistible. The combination of the crispy pastry and the creamy, savory filling is just perfect. Trust me, you'll be making these again and again. They're a hit with everyone, from kids to adults. Chapter 3: Cinnamon Roll Twists. For the grand finale, we're taking another classic and giving it a fun twist. Literally. This recipe is perfect for any occasion, whether it's a cozy weekend breakfast or a special treat for guests. These cinnamon roll twists are a delight to look at and even better to eat. They combine the best parts of a cinnamon roll with a unique twisty shape that makes them extra special. Start with a good quality pizza dough. You can find this at your local supermarket or even make your own if you're feeling ambitious. Homemade dough can add a personal touch and extra flavor. Roll out the dough into a rectangle. Make sure it's evenly rolled to ensure consistent baking. Now, for the star of the show, the cinnamon sugar filling. This is what gives our twists that irresistible flavor. In a bowl, mix together softened butter, brown sugar, and a generous amount of ground cinnamon. The butter should be soft enough to mix easily but not melted. Spread this heavenly mixture evenly over the rolled-out dough. Be sure to cover every inch to get that delicious cinnamon flavor in every bite. Next, tightly roll the dough into a log. This step is crucial for creating those beautiful layers. Now, here comes the fun part. Cut the log into equal pieces. Try to make them as uniform as possible for even baking. Take each piece and twist it a couple of times to create a beautiful swirl pattern. This not only looks great, but also helps the twists bake evenly. Place the twists on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. This will prevent them from sticking and make cleanup a breeze. Brush them with melted butter and sprinkle with a little extra cinnamon sugar for good measure. This adds a lovely golden color and extra sweetness. Into the oven they go until they're puffed up and golden brown. The aroma will fill your kitchen and make it hard to wait. While they're baking, let's whip up a quick icing. This will add the perfect finishing touch to our twists. Whisk together some powdered sugar with a little bit of milk or cream until you have a smooth, drizzle-able consistency. You can adjust the thickness by adding more sugar or milk as needed. Once the twists are out of the oven, let them cool slightly before drizzling them with that luscious icing. This step is key to ensuring the icing sets perfectly. There you have it. Cinnamon roll twists that are guaranteed to impress. They're perfect for sharing, or you might just want to keep them all to yourself. They're soft, gooey, and bursting with cinnamon flavor. Enjoy them fresh out of the oven for the best experience. So there you have it, you lot. 3 incredible breakfast pastry recipes that are guaranteed to elevate your mornings from drab to fab. Whether you're craving fruity croissants, savory puffs, or indulgent cinnamon rolls, there's a recipe here for every palate. Now don't just sit there drooling, get in the kitchen and start baking. And when you do, be sure to share your culinary masterpieces with me on social media. I want to see those golden croissants, cheesy puffs, and cinnamon swirls. Don't forget to subscribe to Chef Recipes for more incredible recipes and cooking tips. Until next time, keep those ovens hot and your taste buds happy.